How you guys doing? I'm going to be joined with Joelle in a minute. I'm just going to bring her on the screen. Hang on one second. So she can just say hi for a quick second. So, and then I'm going to let her. So she's going to join us back in a few some teaching as we get ready for her. I just wanted you guys to see her beautiful face and know that she was here. She's in the building, and we're going to get started soon. So thank you for that, Joelle. I'll be back on you in just a minute. So hi, guys. How's everybody doing? And welcome to day number 2, right? This is day number 2 in our class where we're teaching you how to earn a living online and going global. This is my globe. It's one of those stress ball globes, but I keep it next to me all the time just to remind myself of, the fact that for most of us, we're in Jamaica, right? The fact that we're in Jamaica and it's this small dot you can barely even see on my globe, and we've got the rest of this world right, that we can sell to. And it's a really amazing thing. And sometimes, even I forget, one of my team members had to show me this, but what he did was he reminded me, he's like, yo, Alicia, it's this whole world that's available to us to sell our courses and our services, right? It's not just that little dot on this globe. But again, when you look at that and you look at all these countries and how big it is, especially compared to our little dot. I know some of you are probably from other places in the Caribbean, but it reminds you of the opportunity that we have when we leverage the power of the internet. So welcome, everybody. I'm glad to see you back here. And I'm curious, where are you guys from? Where are you guys from? Let me see who is here and where you're from. Hi, Philip. Good to see you. Yeah, hi, Sam. I think most of us here are from Jamaica, but just give us a quick shout out so that we know where you're from. And if you just joined us, we're going to be talking about, the global opportunity that the internet provides us with, right? This wonderful global opportunity right here. So yes, glad to see all you guys here. So before we get started, I really want to, all right, we're just going to give a second for these shout outs. Siobhan, Westmoreland, Sandra, Philip, where are you guys from? If you're from Jamaica, tell me what part of Jamaica. And if you're from another island or another part of the world, just tell us what part of the world that you're in. If you guys are watching this live, you're going to see like a red box up top somewhere that says live. And if you are watching this later after it's live and watching the recording, just type hashtag replay in the comments and I will see it and be able to talk with you later when I see you live. So let's see where you guys are from. Hi, Shannon. Let's see. Philip, all right, you're in the USA. Gotcha. Who else is here? Just tell us where you're joining us from. We're on this globe that you're joining us from right here. All right, we've got Manchester. Hi, Cheryl. Pamela, hello from Jamaica, Pamela. Sandra from Kingston. Gotcha, Sandra. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. All right, I see. Shannon, you're from Clarendon, but you're in the U.S. right now. Okay, understand as well. Philip, I know that you're in the U.S., but are you originally from Jamaica? Just wondering. Just wondering. And I'm glad to have you guys all on. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about before we dig really deep into it is I want to find out what you consider your skill set. So my big question to you right now is, what are your skills? So when I talk about skills, I'm talking about things that people pay you for. So like things that you've done in a previous job, right? Things that you've done in a previous job. So that could be that you're good at typing. Administrative tasks, which would be an assistant. Now we call that a virtual assistant when it moves online. It could be that you're great at bookkeeping, accounting, and I want you to take a minute and to type into the chat, the comment box for me, what skill do you have, right? So think of your skills, tell me what skill that you have, because we're talking tonight about how you're gonna take your skills and turn those skills to cash online. So what are your skills? What are some of the things that you are good at? And we do have a special guest here with us. I'm gonna show her face really quickly. I just muted her to mute the background noise, but we've got Joelle that's with us, and she's gonna talk about, there she is, she's gonna talk about what her skills are, and we'll learn a little bit about what she's doing. But first, the question for you is, type in those skill sets for me. Let me know the different things that you're good at. And when I'm talking about skill sets, like what are you doing currently in your job, or what have you done in a previous job that you get paid for, different types of skill sets. We're gonna talk about your hobbies next, but right now we're talking about your skill set. So for example, Sandra said that she's good at bookkeeping. Sapphire says she's good at typing and organizing. Sandra says she's good at administrative stuff, so that's good there. Arlene, same thing. Arlene says administrative. Shireen, interesting, Shireen. She says solving math problems. I hear a tutor right there. Nikki says executive administrator. So I'm seeing a lot of virtual assistants here, which I really love. So a lot of people that could have that opportunity to be a virtual assistant. Jovi says programming, which is great. Joan, hi Joan, how are you? Shashank says accounting, typing, writing, all right, and we're just gonna take about two more. Siobhan, VA, accounting, filing, typing, phone calls, but you don't like making phone calls, but virtual assistant is probably something good for you. Pamela, bookkeeping, accounting, that good. A lot of you are really good at the administrative field. Cheryl, typing, and we're gonna hear about the opportunities with typing when we bring Joelle on in a minute. Jay, wow, you've got some great talents there. So once you assess what your talents are, then you need to know how to take those talents and sell those talents online. And now that you guys have written down your talents, or you've typed them in, I also want you to write them down so that you identified what your skills are, and then now you need to understand and have the knowledge of how to take those skills, put it online, and make that money with it. So let's see. Jay says logo design. Jay, design is a very big thing. So that's a good skill that you have right there. All right, let me ask you one more question. Instead of asking you just what your skills are, let's talk about your hobbies. What are some of the things that you absolutely love to do? So take a minute and type your hobbies into the chat box. These could be things like cooking, listening, just different hobbies. Everybody has their hobbies. A lot of people's hobby could be reading, volunteering. What are some of your hobbies? Quickly type it into the chat box. What are your hobbies? What are your hobbies? Tell me what they are. Kadisha, you're still talking about your skills. Customer service, very good skill right there. Sapphire, I see you like to do designs as well, so I love that. All right, so now you guys are giving me some of your hobbies. Trisha, photography. Now, I love photography as a hobby, and let me just give you a quick tip, Trisha. There's a website called iStock Photos and another one called photos.com. And if you love photography, you can take your images, sell them on those sites, and every time someone downloads your image, you get paid for it. And people are making thousands of dollars a month with that passion for photography, just selling their photos on those stock sites. So iStock Photo, photos.com, and I think there's quite a few other ones you can look around for, but you could definitely make money selling your photos. So I'm just trying to prove really quickly that not only can you get paid from your skill set, but you can also get paid from your passions and hobbies. Let's talk about Sarita for a minute. Sarita's hobby is reading. One of our students, she loves to read, and what she does is she actually reads children's books. And as she's reading these children's books, so somebody will pay her and say, all right, I want, she says, okay, I will read your children's book and give it an honest review, and then, you'll know how to improve it or not. So that's what she does. She reads children's books and gets paid for it. All right. So, wow, lots of good listeners. I love reading, surfing the net. Let's talk about Shannon surfing the net. Let's talk about her surfing the net really quickly, right? So surfing the net is also called online research. Write that down, because all of you can do online research. Surfing the net is also called online research. Why would a company pay you to do online research for them? Anybody know? The reason they would pay you to do online research for them is because they often need something to be done that they don't have the time to do, or they don't think that they're good at researching. So Winnie, who I'm going to be interviewing later this week, gave us a really great example where a company paid her, or a person paid her, to find someone who could repair their garage door. She said all she had to do was Google. It took her a few minutes. She made 2 phone calls, and she sent them a list of 3 companies in the area that could repair their garage door. She's like, I couldn't believe they paid me to do it, because it was so quick and easy to do, because I like to surf the net. So I just did some online research, I found it, and I got paid. So, it's the fact that there's just so much out there that you guys can do that you really, I think you guys are honing in on it, right? Somebody says they're a great cook. You could definitely sell recipes and a recipe book and that sort of stuff. So, all right, now that you guys have put that in the chat box, also make sure that you write it down so you're taking a good assessment of the things that you can do. Got it? I say got it. All right, we're going to interview Joelle now, and then we're going to come back to really understand what she's doing. I've got a worksheet that I'm going to walk you through to just get a little bit more into what she's doing. We're going to go through it as quickly as possible, but you're going to learn some really great stuff tonight. So here is my special guest that I'm bringing on. Give me a second. All right, hang on here. I'm pulling you up here, Joelle. There you are. How are you? Oh, you know what? I muted you. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to unmute you. All right, now you're unmuted. Say something. I still can't hear you, but say it one more time, and it might be the headset that we might need to take out your headset. So say something one more time, Joelle. I can't hear you. I don't think anyone else can hear you too. Take out the headset and let's see. That might be the issue. Sometimes if the headset has the mic on it. Oh, wait, hang on 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. Keep pressing the unmute button and then it, okay, don't press anything. Say something now. Can't hear you. Did you plug your headset out? Okay, come off and then come back on and see if that fixes it. So log out and log back on and let's see if that fixes it. Because I know it was working before. So let's log out and log back on and see if it's gonna fix. So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I want to do. I want to walk you through a worksheet that's going to show you, here, give me a second, that's going to show you what Joelle is doing. And for those of you who don't know, Joelle does transcription. All right, she's going to come back on. So let me go ahead and share my screen. 1 second. Hang on one sec, guys. Looks like it's not going to let me. I'm just trying to share a worksheet with you, but since I downloaded it, it might not let me share a download, but I'm going to try it. Give me a second. Yeah, now we can hear you. You're back. All right, bringing you back up on the screen.
Hi, guys.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, guys. Nice to join you guys.
We're excited that you're here. I'm so excited that you're here. First of all, tell everybody how we got connected, the first time that you got connected to this Internet Income Jamaica and make money on the internet.
Okay, so I see some of you guys said that your hobbies were surfing the net. That was my thing, surfing the net, looking for a way to kind of just, make money online because I knew about it. I remember seeing Alicia on TVJ doing an interview back in the days, way back when she just started, and I was piqued. My interest was piqued, and I saw one of my friends that were attending and going to the class, and I asked her about it, and then I just decided, okay, I'm gonna take the jump, and I went to a transcription class, and that's how the journey started. I went there and Leighton gave me all the good information, and it's been ever since a joy working online.
It's been a time. So on that note, tell me what you're doing online. What service are you offering online?
Okay, so I currently offer website design, transcription, VA, graphics, as well as customer support.
And which one first? Which one are you making the most money off of?
Right now, websites.
Website. Okay. And what type
But
of
I started out with transcription, and that was my love.
love? And we're going to talk about transcription. I'm going to teach people some different things, around transcription. So I'm excited for that. So transcription is what's made you the most money. That was your first love. And I know that you've got some tricks to transcription as well. Now, originally you got started with Leighton. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Tell us a little bit about
my fingers burning.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So when I went to the class, joined the group, and that's one of the things that when persons even ask me, like when I talk to persons about coming to the class themselves, I say to them, I will not take on the responsibility of training you. I'll send you to the group, to the class, because the group is what helped build me. And I know that support system is always necessary and important, because without the support system of other persons giving you jobs, even when clients are not coming in as often, you won't be able to stay on top. We always want to stay on top to be making sure that we're, getting the great exposure to make money. So Leighton was that for me. I got she wasn't the first person that gave me a job, because I was determined to make this work, like determined. So the first person that when I joined the group, the first person that threw out a job and said, it's only for $5, but this is a job that I have to do. I was on it. I was like, don't matter the cost, let me do this to get the training and the thing going. And I don't quite remember her name, but she was a joy to work with, because she gave me the job. It was for her PhD. She was doing her so she gave me to transcribe her interview that she did. And when I really enjoyed that moment and that lesson, because when I delivered, she made sure to tell me, what was appropriate, what was wrong, what was right. And from there on, I just, grew based on those recommendations that she gave me. And then Leighton started with me. And she kept, I'd be in the middle of an hour file, and she said, Joel, I have like a 30 minutes file. Can you just, put that one on pause and do this one and then continue with that one, and let's keep it going. And I was like, yes, just keep them coming. Just keep them coming. But yes.
So I've got some questions for you. What class did you actually take though? Was it the general or
Yeah, the general transcription class.
Oh, it's a transcription class. All right. I'm just reading my questions that I sent you earlier. So tell us about your first client. Was that Leighton? And how did it feel when your money came in? Right?
Okay. So no, it was not Leighton. It was as I said, I don't quite remember the person's name. So the first person was in the group and I did that job. And then I remember, I think you had sent out some broadcasts at that moment to say, you know, buyer's requests, you know, you can use them and you can send them on a regular basis. And I was like, okay, let's jot that down and start doing that. And then I sent out a buyer request, and this was where it felt real to me because I sent out a buyer's request for a person who had she had like 24 persons already responded, and it was for $50. And I was like, you know, I'm still gonna send it, and I'm gonna be confident, and I'm even if she hasn't found anybody else, I wrote in there that if she need any assistance in anything else, she can always contact me, and you know, we can speak further and stuff of that sort. And I was surprised that the next day she messaged me, right? Next day. And I was like, okay, so she wanted at that time, and I still do to know. I also do work PowerPoint presentations. And she wanted to design PowerPoint presentations. She said she had paid somebody previously and she didn't like the outcome of it. And I remember this job because I stayed up until 4 o'clock with her that night to perfect the PowerPoint. And at 4 o'clock, she said she could kiss me because she was just about to give up on doing this PowerPoint. And she was satisfied. She paid me the $50. And when that $50 came into my account, like I remember I shared something in the group with the girl dancing. That was me throughout the whole house, just dancing, because that was $50. And this was like probably my second day or third day starting on 5 mm-hmm.
And you made $50, right? Like that.
Yep. On top of the $5 that I made for my first job.
Right. But it was hard work. You absolutely over delivered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. Really did. It was, and I had to be determined because I mean, my second client was a little bit like my first client was easy. The second client was not so much. She was kind of picky, and she wasn't sure what she wanted, and you know, she kept wanting to revise and add this there and change this. So it sort of was a little difficult in dealing with her, but I was determined to make sure that she was pleased and she was satisfied, and I over delivered and made her feel nice. So when she said she could kiss me, I was like, girl, I could kiss you. But yes.
What's about your
So that's what I was saying before. The first one was, as I said, the group member, the support member in the Facebook group. I'm not sure of her name at this moment. And then after that gig, I got with Leighton. And as I said to you, Leighton sends files sometimes that I'm wondering what the people are speaking about because I can hardly understand them. But you know, at that time, I learned how to use my headsets, and really at that point, I didn't even had what you call it again now, machine transcriptions or you know stuff of that sort that helps you to transcribe. I didn't have any tools, so I had to literally listen, pull it close to my ears, and type, and all of that stuff. It was rough. It was rough because I mean, I would go to my bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, wake up at 6 o'clock to carry my daughter to school, and then I would go to work. I would have classes on a Sunday for school, then continue working throughout the weeks and stuff like that. But it took a lot of time management. It took a lot of dedication. It took a lot of changing my mindset. That's one of the key things. I had to change my mindset in knowing that this had to work because I needed extra cash at the time with my situation for my daughter because she was sick. And I was like, no, it had to work. So I put my fingers to use and it worked.
And at one point, you had told me that the money that you needed to your daughter when she was sick came from your online earnings, and that was very emotional for you. I remember you telling me
It
that
was.
story.
Yeah, it was because when I got the bill for her surgery, I was like, oh, I don't know, what am I going to do? And I decided, as I said, to go to the transcription class, and said I need to find other means of income based on my work income alone couldn't do everything because there was a lot of running up and down, a lot of different doctor visits, doctor checks. I mean, one of her visits was $6,000. And that's just to see the doctor. That's not the surgery. Right?
Right.
Yes. So it really was emotional for me because when I was able to pay for the surgery and I knew that it was my hard work and I was determined and I pushed myself to the limit for her. It, it was just I can't even explain how it made me feel because I'm like feeling that all over again now. But I was really happy.
And tell me now about working from home. And when we said we were going to interview you, we said that you're a work at home mom. Tell us about how important it is for you to work at home and, as you do some of your work and your daughter sees that her mom has her own business. Tell us a little bit about what that's
I
like.
can't get her off. She has something that looks like a laptop, and I can't get her off of it, acting like she's mommy, playing with the laptop, doing her work. But it's been a joy because I am able to um, know that I'm working from home. I'm able to pick her up. I don't have extra expenses really. I can pick her up. I can spend time with her, with her learning, and I can also pay for extra activities for her to, like I'm sure if you guys after this go on my Instagram, both my business and my personal Instagram, you'll see pictures of her doing her little dance recitals and stuff of that sort. And it's all from earning on Fiverr.
Joelle, we were talking to people about their why, and I was telling them just because you had told us that your daughter was like such a big reason, right? That you were so
Pushing.
passionate about this
Mhm.
online business work. How important is it for people to understand what their why is?
It's important because trust me, there will be moments when you feel, demotivated. You will feel like, all right, I've done everything, but it's still not happening. And, or why am I not getting the buyers I want to get? Or, we have, or even if I do this, I'm doing this, but I'm not seeing what I want to see from it at this time, it can really affect you. But when you have a reason to push, when you have a reason to hold on, it makes all the difference, trust me. Because she was my drive, she was my determination. Like she still is to today. She keeps me saying, okay, all right, she needs a new pair of shoes for September. We got to get the ball rolling. She has been my drive, trust me. So when you have that thing that you can look forward to say, okay, um, I want to accomplish this. I want to be able to do that. I want to reach this level. It gives you that extra push on the days when you really don't feel like it. On the days when you see there's no activity at all on Fiverr and you're feeling like, okay, maybe I'm not doing this right. No, those are the days when your why becomes important. Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Now, we have people who don't know what transcription is. Tell us, what is transcription?
Okay, so transcription is basically taking an audio file or a video file and turning it into into a Word document. So basically, you're going to be listening to whatever the persons are saying, the speakers are saying, and you're going to write that down and indicate the speakers that are speaking so that your buyer will probably take that and turn it into a digital product for their business. So you don't want them to be having, you transcribing just for transcribing sake, and then they go and they can't turn whatever it is that you've just given them into a digital project to make them money because they've just spent money on you. So it's important in transcription that you have to be accurate and you have to be professional when doing transcription. But it's pretty simple, but it's hard work because they will give you. I remember the other day, I'm sure guys in the group will attest to this, that I got a 10-hour document file. And I, send it out in the group for other persons to assist me with it. And it's 10 hours. And you have to sit down, and the persons on there some were clear, some were maybe a little bit iffy. So you had to really listen. You had to spend the time to research the jargons that they were using and stuff of that sort to put in the document. So it does take time and it does take work, but it can be done.
Right. And so,
you can actually charge more.
Say it again.
Now, saying those what persons are unaware of is that they would like to get the easier work, but the harder ones that are harder to hear, people will pay a lot more to get those accomplished.
Tell us, what's the biggest order you transcription?
In transcription? I got, what was it? Actually, it was big in price, but it was small compared to what I've done before. I think I've done 300 and something minutes transcription. But I got one for 8 hours. Was it 8 hours? And it was for $550 for the 8 hours. I didn't hear that.
I said that must have felt good.
That felt great. That felt really great. But yeah, and those orders, as I said, may take a lot of time, and it may be a little bit more hard in transcribing. But when you think of $550 in just one transcription, and remember, that's one out of probably 5 days of 12 transcription jobs for the day. So when that adds up, you're making the money back. The time doesn't seem like anything at this point because you're rolling in money.
Very good, Joelle. Very good. I love it. Getting a little bit of feedback. I'm wondering, all right, if it doesn't happen again, we'll see. I might ask you to turn down the speaker on your laptop, but it seems like it's okay right now. All right, let me see. I've got another question for you. Looking back through my questions. What is your ultimate goal here as a freelancer? Have you thought about that? What's your ultimate goal? Where is Joelle going? What does Joelle want to do?
Okay, so I want to actually be able to travel and work. One of my biggest dream and adventure. I'm an adventurous soul. I'm a free spirit, so I like to be free. Traveling is just like the world to me. So if I could just travel and work from different places, being inspired and learning different cultures and stuff of that sort, I want to be able to build my business to that level where I am working, I have my business set up, but I can also take 3 months, travel somewhere, relax, work at the same time, with my family and enjoy life. That's just my main goal, just being able to work but enjoy life at the same time. When you're in a 9 to 5, sometimes you feel like, okay, I'm just in the 9 to 5, I can't do much, I can't really be about much. But my goal is to get to that level where I'm just open for all that life has to offer.
And that really is.
Yes, it is.
It is. How many of you want that same, like you have that same goal that Joelle has? Just write me so she can see you. Just write me in the comments so that Joelle can see you, because I think that goal is a common goal for most of us who work online, isn't it? Now, how many years have you been working online?
For almost 4 years now. I think, 4 years. Mm-hmm.
And is this the journey for you? You're an online entrepreneur now. You totally embrace it, and that's who you are, yeah?
Totally embrace it. I mean, I'm able to support my family. I'm able to still maintain, my daily life. It is what it is. I'm an entrepreneur, online entrepreneur, making what I need to make.
Right. Now, what you just said, we make people say that in class, that I am an online entrepreneur, right? And I know that you know that and you believe that. And everyone else here that's with us and on this journey and listening today as well. This is the affirmation that you guys need to type right now into the comments. I am an online entrepreneur. Right? Say it, Joelle. Say it one more time.
I am an online entrepreneur.
And I like the attitude you said it with. So, I know. Come on, Cheryl, Sean, Kadisha, write that in the comments right now. And while they're writing that in the comments and living in that, we've got a quick question right here. I work full time. Do you have any tips on saving time doing transcription work?
Okay, so my tips are tools, as well as resources and understanding. As I said, it's a mindset thing. So for me, starting out, there were times when, as I said to you, before, I have my child to take care of, have work, and I have classes. So at first, even though the money was important to me, what I came to understand was that building relationships with the clients, um, having reviews on Fiverr made all the difference. So when I would get a job per se, from the group, or I'd get the job from a client, I would always use my resources. Do I have the time to do this? No. Okay. Can I find a reliable person in the group that's going to be able to deliver this for me? Let's check. So I went to the group, check if persons were available to do it, speak to them, understand them, figure out which person I would be best using. I mean, it's $5. I didn't make any money off of it, but I got a review. They got a review. Works, right? At the end of the day. And that was
That's
something
right.
that I used. That's something I used to build myself. So there was times when I would get orders and I couldn't necessarily do them. And instead of me thinking, okay, I'm gonna take it all on my own and do it all on my own because I need this $5. No, sometimes we gotta risk the money now for the money later. And that was one of the biggest tips I can probably give anybody there, is that don't count the money, count the vision. The vision, once it's clear, once you're able to do it, the money will come.
That's a great quote from you right there. Don't count the money, count the vision, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Don't count the money, count the vision. I love it. Tell us a little bit about the tools that you use for transcription. There's so many tools out there.
Yes.
Which ones do you like?
So I started out with
different ones. Yeah.
Yes, I started out with I think it was voice base, which is one of the tools that you learn in the classes when you go. I started out with that. It was pretty good for what it needed to be. I mean, you won't get it plain as day. You'd have to go through it and actually reword it and make sure that's accurate and stuff of that sort. And then I moved on to Google, typing, when you go into Google Docs and you have the little thing there that you'd make it listen. I used to put my computer close to the audio, or leave it on the audio and let it type out the words for me and stuff like that. And then I moved from that to I think it's Dragon typing. I'm not 100% sure of the name fully. I'm gonna have to research it and probably put it in the comments below. Yes, I started using that, but that took up time because while I could be, going through it and stuff, it would do it on its own and I couldn't touch a screen. So I learned about something new, which was Teamy, and Teamy has been really efficient at this point.
And what's the website for Teamy?
It's teamy.com. And
TEMI, right?
Yeah, TEMI.com. And then I remember, back in that time, I didn't have another tool like I use with Teamy now. What I used to do was I have to be creating Yahoo accounts to fulfill orders. And then I went to a mentorship program that Alicia had, and a fellow mentor there. I think her name is Lakeisha. Yeah, Lakeisha. She told us about temp mail, and girl, that changed my life. Because then I didn't have to create the emails all the time. I just went to tempmail.com, and it would just every 60 seconds it would give you a new email. So you could just go into Teamy, put in the email that it gave you, get the document, fulfill the document, and then go back. There's a new email there if you have another order. And it just kept going. So that's where I leave it right now. It's Teamy, or I use another person from the group to fulfill orders.
Okay. So, and Shashan put their temp mail address. Is that the correct
Yes, that
URL
is.
right there, tempmailadress.com?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys got that? So the first one was Teamy, and this is the tool that actually does this is the transcription tool.
Yeah, yes it is.
Yeah. And the reason that you do temp mail and combine it with Teamy is because Teamy charges you when you are. Go ahead. Talk a little bit about the Teamy charges.
What Teamy does is that they give you the first time that you're going in. They give you that one time free. You can put any length of audio in, and they will give you back the transcription for it. But after that first time that you go in, it starts charging you for whatever else that you're trying to do. But what I would have normally done was that I'd create another email that would change, that they would see, oh, it's a new email, it's a new person. So let's give her another free time to go around. So that's what it basically does. So with TempMail give you that email address constantly. So you don't have to recreate the email address. So now you go back in, you're a new person each time you enter Teamy with a new email address.
Okay, got it. And that works.
Yeah, it works.
So
yes,
is that your go-to tool right now? That's what you're using. That's your go-to tool.
Yeah, that's the tool right now.
Everybody got that? Everybody got that? All right. Now show her some appreciation. Just type the word clap in the comments so that she can see that you're clapping for her. She has gone through, first of all, she started off telling you all the stuff that she tried before and now what's really working for her. And she gave you that resource right there. And we'll talk about it at the end, but we've also got a course if you'd like to go through a course like she went through a course with Leighton to learn how to do transcription, manage it, set up transcription gigs, all that great stuff. One of the things I love about the course is that we have test files in there that was created by Ava Lala. She created these great test files. And I think everyone needs to practice, or a practice file, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And she's got 4 different types of practice files: an easy one, a multi-speaker one with an accent, and I think one that's fast, right? So that you learn how to do transcription with multi-speaker, all that great stuff. And I think that that's very important. How important is practicing transcription?
It's very important because you have to learn your speed. You have to learn how fast you are. You have to learn how exactly accurate you can be within a time frame, because you want to make sure that when you're talking to your buyer, he understands how fast you're going to be. He understands how accurate, even though fast, you're going to be, and how professional the document is going to be. So you don't want to say you get a buyer and he says, okay, how long will this take to deliver? And in wanting to be, the chosen one, you're going to say, 24 hours or, 2 days. And then in the 2 days, you're still at probably 30 minutes in. That's going to be a problem. So you have to practice. True. And then you can't deliver. You practice in learning how to actually be fast as well in Google search, because you don't want to be spending the whole day trying to figure out what this jargon is or who this person's correct name is. And trust me, it will take you the whole day sometimes to figure out the word or the correct terminologies and stuff of that sort. So you want to practice and make sure that you're confident. It also helps your confidence, because when you're talking to a buyer, because you know your speed, you know what you're worth, you can tell that buyer, listen, this is it. No going further. You need to get me.
Got it. And how important is it when you're doing this machine transcription with Tammy to go back over every word, like to listen to the transcript and go back over to make sure that it's caught, the words correctly? And
it's important. I won't even say it's important because you want to give the accurate transcription. I'll say it's important because of your buyer. you have to realize this is a business. You don't want a customer. You want somebody that's going to be a lifetime client. You want somebody to keep coming back, because you get, let's say you get a transcription today and it's $30, and this is your first $30. You want to make sure that that $30 you can count on every month or every day or whenever that person comes with a transcription. So it's important to go back over your transcription, make sure that you're giving quality so that your customers appreciate it and they keep coming back. You keep having a income coming in. So it's not even about just the fact that it gives wrong transcriptions or that it may fall short, but you have to keep your customers and your clients in mind at all times.
Thanks for that. I want to go over just some transcription terms. So since we're on this and we're talking transcription, let's talk some terms before, because our time is running out. What is the difference? Like, what is verbatim transcription? Do you remember what verbatim transcription is?
Yes. So verbatim is that the client will not want you to leave anything out. They want you to type word for word what the person is saying. So that does include the okays, the likes. So I know you'll have some transcription will have 152 likes. You're like all of these likes, like yeah. So they would like for verbatim is just to put everything there, but you still have to make sure that when you're putting everything there, that it's not, for instance, like if they're stuttering, you're not gonna put but at least indicate that they did stutter in terms of a Tuesday, or you put the correct way of putting it actually is to put the two dash lines and then the correct word that they say and continue on with the transcript, as well as you have non-verbatim, which is where you take out the fillers and you take out the repeated words and the stutterings, and you make sure that the content makes sense. So you can't be typing about cats and then in the middle of it you're talking about shoes, because that's what you heard. You have to make sure that it makes sense, because he's saying to you, listen, I don't want it to be anything just plain of what is there. I want you to now take the file and make sure that it's accurate enough for me to turn it into a digital product. And that means that I need to go through it, proofread it, and make sure that it makes sense across the board.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about pricing. Where did you start off with your pricing, and where are you now with your pricing?
Okay, so I started off with 30 minutes for $5. um, and at some points I was doing an hour for $5. Because as I said to you, for me in the beginning, even though at that time I needed the money, it wasn't about the money for me, because I wanted it to be for the long haul. So I would take the files as however they came to make sure that I was either being shown on the first page or I was leveling up as a seller. So I took the jobs no matter what. Started off as that, then I changed to I think it was $15 for $15 for I think 20 minutes. No, that's a lie. Started at 5 and then I probably went to $15. Yes, I don't remember how much minutes, but $15. And no, I an hour is $60. 30 minutes is no. Well, it used to be 30. I think I changed it. It used to be 30, 35. I think I changed it to 25 now. So it's as you go and you're confident in what you're doing and you have customers who, no matter what price you quote, they just know your work. So they're going to purchase from you. So now my prices are a little bit higher. But I started off at $5 and now I'm probably $60 an hour. I go as, I mean, depends on the day and how I'm feeling and the file that they've given me, I'll give them a quote. So it's just what it is.
Mm-hmm. It is what it is. All right. Very good. Now, before we end this live, does anybody have any questions? If you have any questions for Joelle, type them in the comments for me so that we can ask her those questions. So last chance for questions. And before we go over these questions, Joelle, for someone that wants to get involved in transcription, what advice would you give them?
Basically all that I've been saying this whole interview is your mindset is one of the key things that needs to change with life. I feel like my mindset has changed so much to the fact that even when something goes wrong for me, I don't see it as a wrong. I see it as a purpose, and I see it as teaching me something, and I move from there. Um so you have to have the mindset. You have to know that, okay, it's a lot of work to start out with. I mean, 30 minutes for $5, and sometimes these audios need to go somewhere because they're difficult and hard. Pushing through and being determined and preserve and pushing yourself no matter what gets you where you want to go. I've proven that. So I mean, that's my just your mindset. You need to change your mindset. You need to have the understanding that you start slow, but it keeps going and it's keep growing once you keep growing and once you keep going. And have a strategy in mind. Like, I mean, don't just go there and say, okay, I'm going to do transcription and they say it's easy and I'm going to make some money. No, have a strategy in mind.
And let me just recap some of the amazing things that she had to say when we did this interview. I one of the big things that I got from it was that she definitely over delivers. She's talked about that a lot. She outsources. She finds other people in the group, the Facebook group. Once you go through the course, we put you into a group. So she's found other people that have gone through the training to bring them in to do some of the work for her, and she pays them. But she's using two tools that she talked about a lot, Temi and TempMail, but also remembering that tools are not always perfect. So you've got to make sure that you are always checking the tools that you are using and that you put out there. So let me see if you guys, welcome back everybody. Let me see if you guys have any questions before we wrap up this session of day 2 of the live. And I guess I'll have to chop this video together for those of you that want to watch the replay. Oh, all right, here I see my team's posted it for us right there. Let me see if I can get above it. There we go, right there. So we do have a special. You guys always ask for specials and you don't get what you don't ask for, right? So it's a Facebook Live special. Go to digitalcareersmasterclass.com and get 15% off any of our courses. You can use the coupon code 15OFF at the checkout screen. And you have 1 week to redeem that coupon code. It expires on Monday, June 17th. So jump on that, jump on that. All right, I'm gonna take a few more questions. Carrie asks, I wanna ask how she maintained her client relationships. Well, from what I know of what Joelle does is that she is an extremely good communicator. We talked about that last night. If you missed that interview with Dana, check it out. But communication is a really important part of this whole process. So make sure that as you're working with clients, you're communicating well with them. I got a WhatsApp message from someone who watched the live yesterday, and they said that after hearing the session that we gave about communication, they communicated with a client that they were going to be late on delivery with. They over communicated. The client wanted to see what was done so far, and the communication ended up they had a really good relationship so that when the final product was delivered, they were both happy. So communication is a really big part of what we need to do here. All right, so you guys are asking about the transcription course that Joelle took. So if you want to take a course in transcription and get those practice tests, you can see it right there on the screen. Get Paid to Type. It's at getpaidtotype.com, and you can use that coupon code 15OFF to save 15%. So jump on that. Transcription, I believe, like Joelle said, it's what's made her the most money. She was talking about $500 from one client. If your trainer on that course is Layton, she'll show you how she's made $900 from one client. Transcription is a really in-demand service. Why? Because people are putting out so much audio content that they need transcribed. For example, if we wanted all the content that we are putting out over these 7 days to be turned into an ebook, we'd have to hire a transcriber to put it together, someone like Joelle. And Joelle would take this video file, upload it to Temi. Temi would type it all out for her, automated software. She'd go back through it to make sure that it was perfect, check the punctuation, that kind of stuff. But that's basically what transcription is. It's in demand. And if it's something that you want to get into, I definitely recommend that you take that course. And as she also mentioned, it's not just the course that's really important, but the Facebook group and the community. The people that take the course are now in a community, and it's important for all of them to be working together. So that's where you get your first jobs a lot of the time, is in that community. So we have a question here. I'm going to take a quick question and answer session. What are the most effective ways to promote your Fiverr gig? Well, the first thing is make sure that you're on Fiverr. You've got 7 gigs up on Fiverr. Your title and your description are perfect, typo-free. A great tool, let me see if I can write it here real quick. A great tool for that is called Grammarly. So you can check out Grammarly, alicialyttle.com/Grammarly, and you can get a free grammar spell checker that way. So the first thing that you need to do is make sure that your gigs are set up properly. Each gig should have 3 images with that gig, a good description, all that kind of stuff, and to do buyer requests. And then when you join the courses, get into those Facebook groups. So after you join one of the courses, if it's the design masterclass, the typing, the get paid to make calls, they all have their own communities and Facebook groups. And then you'll get your first jobs from more seasoned, like Joelle's been doing this for years. You'll get your first jobs from her, where she'll outsource the work for you, give you a great review, and your business will start building like that. One of the most important things about getting jobs on Fiverr, Upwork, different sites like that, Guru, Freelancer, is the reviews. So we always start off, when we start a new account, we start off offering great amount of service at a little price to get great reviews. And then as we get our great reviews, we can increase our prices and make more money. But reviews are, think about it, me and you, think about it. You want to buy from someone you know that can deliver the work, and that might be about having, right, great reviews. So, all right, do you guys have any other questions? Any other questions before we wrap this up and I see you tomorrow night? All right, so Deanna has a really good comment. She says, I do buyer requests almost every day and get jobs most of the time that I do. And that's a big thing, is doing those buyer requests. If you don't know what it is, you'll find out in the course. But yes, you should do buyer requests every day. You can do 10 buyer requests a day, and it just depends on how many gigs you have up and how many buyers requests are out there based on those gigs. So that's why we're like, put up 7 gigs, the more the better. If you just want to do transcription and that's it, that's the only thing you want to do, your 7 gigs can focus around transcription. I will transcribe your audio files. I will transcribe your podcast. I will transcribe your YouTube videos, right? So you can have all those gigs based on transcription. Racine says, are there any jobs when it comes to reviewing music and movies? So I don't know about reviewing movies, but music, absolutely. So reviewing music, also if you're in music, you can do DJ drops, custom made songs. We've got quite a few musicians in Jamaica who make some good money off of Fiverr. So a lot of times people will write their songs and they'll want a musician to sing it so they can hear how it comes out. We've also got musicians who make beats, all that kind of stuff you can sell on Fiverr. All right, any other questions? Deanna says her main source of income is Upwork. So yes, you guys can also join Upwork.com. It's a little bit more difficult than Fiverr. We usually recommend people start on Fiverr and learn how to be a freelancer on Fiverr and then move over to Upwork. All right, I'm seeing if there are any more questions. Let's see if any questions came up on... I'm just trying to see if anybody WhatsApped me any questions, but I don't see that there. You guys are welcome. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, we're a little bit over the hour mark, so we're gonna go ahead and end this live, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Sorry about the glitches, but thanks for sticking on and coming back on. But here's the things that I want you guys to remember. Oh, we have somebody said, Tiana says, the jobs are so unique sometimes. Recently, I received goods for a client and sent to Australia. You love the Australian clients, right? Racine says, when I purchased the Design Master Course, that's at thedesignmastercourse.com, do you guys help in setting up the Fiverr account? No, you have an account on Fiverr, so you're putting the designs on Fiverr, but we don't ever set up anybody's account for them. Deanna, I'm glad that you love the lives. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. And here's just the last bit of parting advice. This is day 2 in the lives, and you guys have learned a lot of stuff yesterday from Dana. And Dana mostly covered like the fact that she does phone call services and how she quit her job and works now full-time as a freelancer. And Joelle talked about how she's a stay-at-home mom and how she's using transcription. They both talked about tools. If you want to do the phone calls, the tools that you would download onto your phone, Text Now, TextNow, and Text Plus. You download those 2 apps on your phone, and you can do calls for clients overseas. That course is called getpaidtomakecalls.com. If you want a copy of that course, that's where you would go to purchase that course. And then today, Joelle talked about transcription. I'm going to put this up really one more time, how she took the course, how important the Facebook group was, and that she took the transcription course, which you guys will have a chance to do if you'd like to do that. And what I would like to end this session with is to say you've learned a lot over the past 2 days. It's now all about implementation and continuing to learn. So we've got 5 more days left where you're going to come back, learn some more, put this stuff into action. And remember, if you were with me yesterday, I said, hey, the bigger picture here is that, you know, we're in this position in Jamaica. I know some of you are from Trinidad, and we've got a few people from the US here as well, but it's really important to build an online income. So I want to encourage you, it's that side hustle time, whether you're working a full-time job and you need a side hustle, or you're not working at all and you want to work online full-time, the opportunity is there for us. It's the most amazing time that we're in right now. And there's no better time to start than today. So I'm going to encourage you, continue your research, continue watching these lives for the next 5 days, and commit to be an online entrepreneur. You guys all said it earlier, I am an online entrepreneur, right? We can do so much by leveraging the power of the internet. It's time to take your skills and your hobby and your passions and turn those into dollars on the internet. If you don't have, like, you don't identify skills or passions that you want to take online, take a course where you learn a new skill. The virtual assistant course is coming up. I think we're going to talk about that tomorrow. The transcription course, the Get Paid to Make Calls course. Invest in a course so that you can actually get the step-by-step training to learn what you need to know in order to take this to, in order to really take this to the next level. And the other thing I would say is don't ever give up, right? Don't ever give up. Online entrepreneurship is definitely not easy. It's not always for everyone, but if you want it, you will be an online entrepreneur, but you can never give up. everybody who I'm going to interview and we're going to talk to, and a lot of the students in our program that have been successful are going to tell you that there's been times that they wanted to give up, whether they had too much work and they didn't know how to handle it, not enough work and didn't know how to get more work, right? There's all sorts of reasons. Internet goes down, you know, technology, we fight with technology all the time. But whatever you do, do not give up. Do not give up. If you've seen that there's so much success in and around you with these amazing people who are making money on the internet, and that that's you, right? That can be you. So make sure that you never give up. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Thanks so much for coming on. I hope you enjoyed this. Hey, make sure that you bring some people on tomorrow. Invite your friends to the live. I will see you on the live tomorrow. And until then, go out there and make some money. Money, money. Bye, everybody. Bye.